Can Tyreek Hill being a part that's moving elsewhere? I mean, that's one of the red-hot rumors of this week is that if the Dolphins go any further south, then Tyreek could be had for the right price and within the conference. I mean, teams like the Steelers and Chiefs have been associated with that rumor. Your thoughts on that, Tom? Is there a market for this? Is it happening?
I don't foresee Tyreek Hill being traded in the near term by the Dolphins, barring some type of a blowup, which we've seen those happen surrounding Tyreek in the past or post-game comments. I don't get the sense we're there because, Rich, the moment that they would trade Tyreek Hill, that's Miami waving the white flag. Go back to the end of last season, the conversations that they had through January, February, March. They made a conscious decision. We need to change things in this locker room. We're going to move on from Jalen Ramsey. They end up trading him to the Steelers in June, but that was a deal that was, going to happen. He was not going to be a member of the Dolphins for months. They made a simultaneous decision to keep Tyreek Hill because they believed that this part of it was salvageable, that Tyreek would come back with a greater sense of responsibility and would come back more dialed in. And we know Tyreek's made comments about he finally knows the offense, finally knows the playbook, feels like he's in a better spot. Well, you get into week one, it doesn't look good. And if it continues to not look good, then certainly there's a scenario where Tyreek Hill could be traded. They also converted a large chunk. It's built into the contract, but they converted a large chunk of his compensation this year into a bonus. It's an option bonus structure. And so the team, if there were a team trading for Tyreek Hill, would get him at a pretty low rate too. But you also have to factor in here, bringing in Tyreek Hill would change certain dynamics potentially in your locker room. I don't see a team like the Steelers bringing in Tyreek Hill, period. To be quite frank, Rich, never say never. But if any team is going to have inside information on where things went sideways with Tyreek last year, it would be from a team that traded for multiple other Dolphins veterans within the past couple of months.
Right.
It just seems like it would be a difficult fit there. You have the NFL review into allegations of domestic violence raised by his now ex-wife. That's a lot for teams to bite off. So where does that leave them? You mentioned the Chiefs. It sounds like Xavier Worthy avoided, the worst of it here. He potentially even could play this week. We'll see what his participation is in practice today. But you don't necessarily have an acute need in Kansas City. But you know this. They're willing to take calculated risks on guys who might come with trouble, whether that's off the field, whether that's in the locker room. They know Tyreek Hill. They didn't trade him because they didn't think he could play anymore a few years ago, Rich, when they traded in Miami. They traded him because Tyreek wanted to make $30 million a year, and they could get a first and a third round pick and use that $30 million a year to rebuild their offensive line and their defense. They did that. Now this would be Tyreek Hill coming back at a different price point for less cash. It would make sense. But again, we're not there yet. No trade is down the road. If the Dolphins lose these next couple, then we're going to be talking about all kinds of different things that could happen in Miami.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.